accompanied by Juniper, Juniper Beatrice Jones in the back there. I was gonna make the bed as per usual before streams, but because she was on there, I couldn't do that. So we're just gonna continue anyways, inshallah. As for journaling, my iPad is dead, so we're gonna need to charge that. It doesn't take too much time to charge it, but since I do need to charge it, yo, Joanny Castillo, Johanny Castillo. I don't know if you've been here before, but yeah, welcome to the stream. How's it going? So yeah, normally I journal first and then I read some of the Hobbit, but today we're gonna read first. Do you remember me? I don't. I'm sorry. Can you remind me what you know we talked about last? I mean, your name sounds a little bit familiar, but I'm sorry, I forgot. Hmm. Where's my book? Oh, there it is. Okay, here's the book. We're so close to being done. It's insane. I'm actually so happy because I have the movie. I literally. Oh, this is actually chapter 14, huh? Wow. We're at chapter 14. That's crazy. I put chapter 13 in the title. About Messi. I guess so. I mean, I talk about it with the World Cup with everyone in the stream. So yeah, nothing too specific. But remind me of something that is unique about yourself. Tell me, is your name Johanny? Are you the left or the right person in your profile picture? And where are you from? What's your hobby? What do you like to do? But yeah, let me know. Um, in the meantime, we'll get started. Here we have 19 chapters, so 5 more days. Let's see if we could finish this in 1 week or so. Inshallah. Around a week. If I pick things up, read 2 chapters a day, that would, I don't know, I don't want to, speed zone this or speed run finishing this book, but I've enjoyed it so far. Soccer, I'm in Texas. Nice. I have cousins in Texas. And I went to Texas once before, and it was so fun. It was like the best trip of my life. I've never felt sad after a trip like that. The person on the right. Oh, I see. I can't really see the picture too clearly, but I see the green shirt. That's very nice. All right, so let's get started. Then suddenly, a great light appeared in the low place in the hills, and the northern end of the lake turned golden. The king beneath the mountain, they shouted. His wealth is like the sun, his silver like a fountain, his river golden run. The river is running gold from the mountain, they cried, and everywhere windows were opening and feet were hurrying. There was once more a tremendous excitement and enthusiasm, but the grim-voiced fellow ran hot-foot to the master. The dragon is coming, or I am a fool, he cried. Cut the bridges, to arms, to arms! Then warning trumpets were suddenly sounded, and echoes along the rocky shores. The cheering stopped, and the joy was turned to dread. So it was that the dragon did not find them quite unprepared. Um, Hold on, let me see if I could move the tripod a bit. There you go, that's better. Alright, let's continue. Before long, so great was his speed, they could see him as a spark of fire rushing towards them and growing ever huger and more bright. And not the most foolish doubted that the prophecies had gone rather wrong. Still, they had a little time. Every vessel in the town was filled with water, every warrior was armed, every arrow and dart was ready, and the bridge to the land was thrown down and destroyed. Before the roar of Smog's terrible approach grew loud, and the lake rippled red as fire beneath the awful beating of his wings. Wait, the door, it's The Hobbit, right? The book, yes, it is The Hobbit. And yeah, I mean, after I finish this, I don't know if I'll watch the movie on the stream, but I'll definitely watch the movie because I have it on my laptop, and I was this close to watching it last night. I was like, let me just read it. But yeah, honestly, I want to finish the book first so I don't spoil the book by the movie. Yeah. And okay, let's continue. Amid shrieks and wailing and the shouts of men, he came over them, swept towards the bridges, and was foiled. The bridge was gone, his enemies were on an island in deep water, too deep and dark and cool for his liking. If he plunged into it, a vapor and a steam would arise enough to cover all the land with a mist for days. But the lake was mightier than he. It would quench him before he could pass through. Roaring, he swept back over the town. A hail of dark arrows leapt up and snapped and rattled on his scales and jewels, and their shafts fell back kindled by his breath burning and hissing into the lake. No fireworks you ever imagined equaled the sights that night. At the twanging of the bows and the shrilling of the trumpets, the dragon's wrath blazed to its height till he was blind and mad with it. No one had dared to give battle to him for many an age, nor would they have dared now if it had not been for the grim voiced man, Bard was his name, who ran to and from cheering on the archers and urging the master to order them to fight to the last arrow. Fire leapt from the dragon's jaws. He circled for a while, high in the air above them, lighting all the lake. The trees by the shores shone like copper and like blood, with leaping shadows of dense black at their feet. Then down he swooped straight through the arrow storm, reckless in his rage, taking no heed to turn his scaly sides towards his foes, seeking only to set their town ablaze. Fire leapt from thatched roofs and wooden beam ends as he hurtled down and passed and round again, though all had been drenched with water before he came. Once more, water was flung by 100 hands wherever a spark appeared. Back swirled the dragon. A sweep of his tail, and the roof of the great house crumbled and smashed down. Flames unquenched sprang high into the night. Another swoop, and another house, and then another sprang afire and fell, and still no arrow hindered Smog or hurt him more than a fly from the marshes. Already, men were jumping into the water on every side. Women and children were being huddled into laden boats in the market pool. Weapons were flung down. There was mourning and weeping, where but a little time ago the old songs of mirth to come had been sung about the dwarfs. Now men cursed their names. The master himself was turning to his great gilded boat, hoping to row away in the confusion and save himself. Soon all the town would be deserted and burned down to the surface of the lake. That is so sad. Because they would have been fine if not for the dwarves that had come to, you know, just fight the dragon, wake him up for no reason. That was the dragon's hope. They could all get into boats for all he cared. There he could have fine sport hunting them, or they could stop till they starved. Let them try to get to land and he would be ready. Soon he would set all the shoreland. Are you still going to read Among the Hidden and Dragon City? Oh, okay, okay. So now I remember you because those are the suggestions that I wrote down. I'm gonna see if I can. I don't have the actual books though, so um yeah, I have a couple. I mean, I have it on my suggestions list, but I kind of want to read The Hobbit and the Lord of the Rings first, that series. But then after that, I'll consider those suggestions. Soon he would set all the shoreland woods ablaze and wither every field and pasture. Just now he was enjoying the sport of town baiting more than he had enjoyed anything for years. Wow, sounds like me. I'm not saying you have to read it as soon as possible. You can read it whenever time you feel like. Nice. Yeah, I'll definitely consider it though. Thank you. But there was still a company of archers that held their ground among the burning houses. Their captain was Bard, grim-voiced and grim-faced, whose friends had accused him of prophesying floods and poisoned fish, though they knew his worth and courage. He was a descendant in long line of Girion, Lord of Dale, whose wife and child had escaped down the running river from the ruin long ago. Now he shot a great yew bow, till all his arrows but one were spent. The flames were near him. His companions were leaving him. He bent his bow for the last time. Suddenly, out of the dark, something fluttered to his shoulder. He started, but it was only an old thrush. Unafraid, it perched by his ear, and it brought him news. Marveling, he found he could understand its tongue, for he was of the race of Dale. Wait, wait, it said to him. The moon is rising. Look for the hollow of the left breast as he flies and turns above you. And while Bards paused in wonder, it told him of tidings up in the mountain and of all that it had heard. Then Bard drew his bowstring to his ear. The dragon was circling back, flying low, and as he came, the moon rose above the eastern shore and silvered his great wings. Arrow, said the bowman, black arrow, I have saved you to the last. You have never failed me, and always I have recovered you. I had you from my father, and he from of old. If ever you came from the forge of the true king under the mountain, go now and speed well. The dragon swooped once more, lower than ever, and as he turned and dived down, his belly glittered white with sparkling fires of gems in the moon, but not in one place. The great bow twanged. The black arrow sped straight from the string, straight for the hollow by the left breast where the foreleg was flung wide. In it smote and vanished, barbed shaft and feather, so fierce was its flight. With a shriek that deafened men, felled trees, and split stone, Smog shout spouting into the air, turned over and crashed down from on high in ruin. Full of full on the town he fell. His last throws splintered into sparks and gleed, gleeds. Whoa, one black arrow took down the whole dragon. That's crazy. The lake roared in. A vast steam leapt up, white in the sudden dark under the moon. There was a hiss, a gushing whirl, and then silence. But that was the end of that was the end of Smog and Esgaroth, but not of Bard. Wow. Okay. The waxing moon rose higher and higher, and the wind grew loud and cold. It twisted the white fog into bending pillars and hurrying clouds and drove it off to the west to scatter in tattered shreds over the marshes before Mirkwood. Then, okay, so this is the moon coming up. Then the many boats could be seen dotted dark on the surface of the lake, and down the wind came the voices of the people of Esgaroth lamenting their lost towns and goods and ruined houses. But they had really much to be thankful for. Had they thought of it, thought it could hardly be expected that they should just then. Three-quarters of the people of the town had at least escaped alive. Their woods and fields and pastures and cattle are and most of their boats remained undamaged, and the dragon was dead. What that meant they had not yet realized. They gathered in mournful crowds upon the western shores, shivering in the cold wind, and their first complaints and anger were against the master, who had left the town so soon, while some were still willing to defend it. He may have a good head for business, especially his own business, some murmured, but he is no good when anything serious happens. But and they praised the courage of Bard and his last mighty shot. If only he had not been killed, they all said, we would make him a king. Bard, the dragon shooter of the line of Girion. Alas, that he is lost. And in the very midst of their talk, a tall figure stepped from the shadows. He was drenched with water. His black hair hung wet over his face and shoulders, and a fierce light was in his eyes. It's Bard! Bard is not lost, he cried. He dived from Esgaroth when the enemy was slain. I am Bard of the line of Girion. I am the slayer of the dragon. King Bard, they shouted, but the master ground his chattering teeth. Girion was Lord of Dale, not King of Esgaroth, he said. In the lake town, we have always elected masters from among the old and wise, and have not endured the rule of mere fighting men. Let King Bard go back to his own kingdom, Dale. is now freed by his valor, and nothing hinders his return. And any that wish can go with him, if they prefer the cold stones under the shadows of the mountain to the green shores of the lake. The wise will stay here and hope to rebuild our town, and enjoy again in time its peace and riches. We will have King Bard, the people near at hand shouted in reply. We have had enough of the old men and the money counters. And people further off took up the cry, up the bowmen and down with money bags, till the clamor echoed along the shore. Hi, W stream, keep going. Hello, Bunny17, welcome to the stream. How's it going? Um, yeah, hope your day is going good. Let me know how your day went. Hello. Hi, Johanny. Nice to see you still here. Hope you're enjoying the story so far. I definitely am. I'm the last of the I'm the last man to undervalue Bard the bowman, said the master warily, for Bard now stood close beside him. He has tonight earned an eminent place in the roll of the benefactors of our town, and he is worthy of many imperishable songs. But why, O people? And here the master rose to his feet and spoke very loud and clear. Why do I get all your blame? For what fault am I to be disposed? Who aroused the dragon from his slumber, I might ask? Who obtained of us rich gifts and ample help and led us to believe that old songs could come true? Who played on our soft hearts and our pleasant fancies? What sort of gold have they sent down the river to reward us? Dragon fire and ruin! From whom should we claim the recompense of our damage in aid for our widows and orphans? So they're really mad at the dragon, the dwarves, the 13 dwarves, and Bilbo. Yes, I am. Nice. As you see, the master had not got his position for nothing. The result of his words was that for the moment the people quite forgot the idea of a new king and turned their anger thoughts towards Thorin and his company. Wild and bitter words were shouted from many sides, and some of those who had before sung the old songs loudest were now heard as loudly crying that the dwarves had stirred the dragon up against them deliberately. "Fools!" said Bard. "Why waste words and wrath on those unhappy creatures? Doubtless they perished first in fire, before Smaug came to us." Then, even as he was speaking, the thought came into his heart of the fabled treasure of the mountain lying without guard or owner, and he fell suddenly silent. He thought of the master's words, and of Dale rebuilt, and filled with golden bells, if he could but find the men. At length he spoke again. "This is no time for angry words, master, or for considering weighty plans of change. There is work to do. I serve you still, though after a while I may think again of your words and go north with any that will follow me." So this is still Bard who's talking. Then he strode off to help in the ordering of the camps and in the care of the sick and the wounded. But the master scowled at his back as he went and remained sitting on the ground. He thought much but said little, unless it was to call loudly for men to bring him fire and food. Now everywhere Bard went, he found talking running like fire among the people concerning the vast treasure that was now unguarded. Men spoke of the recompense for all their harm that they would soon get from it, and wealth over and to spare with which to buy rich things from the south, and it cheered them greatly in their plight. That was as well, for the night was bitter and miserable. Shelters could be contrived for few. The master had one, and there was little food. Even the master went short. Many took ill of wet and cold and sorrow that night, and afterwards died, who had escaped uninjured from the ruin of the town. And in the days that followed, there was much sickness and great hunger. Hi, hello, Leah. Welcome back to the stream. How's it going? Hi, I'm tired, so I can't be here long. Just wanted to stop by. That's nice of you. Thank you, Leah. But yeah, get some rest when you can. Meanwhile, Bart took the lead and ordered things as he wished. though always in the master's name, and he had a hard task to govern the people and direct the preparations for their protection and housing. Probably most of them would have perished in the winter, and that now hurried after autumn if help had not been to hand. But help came swiftly, for Bard at once had speedy messengers sent up the river to the forest to ask the aid of the king of the elves of the wood, and these messengers had found a host already on the move, although it was then only the third day after the fall of Smog. The Elven King had received news from his own messengers and from the birds that loved his folk, and already knew much of what had happened. Very great indeed was the commotion among all things with wings that dwelt on the borders of the desolation of the dragon. The air was filled with circling flocks, and their swift flying messengers flew here and there across the sky. Above the borders of the forest there was whistling, crying, and piping. Far over Mirkwood tidings spread. Smog is dead! Leaves rustled and startled ears were lifted. Even before the Elven King rode forth, the news had passed west right to the pine woods of the Misty Mountains. Bjorn had heard it in his wooden house, and the goblins were at council in their caves. So news is spreading far and wide. Everybody is hearing that the mass amount of treasures that Smog was guarding is now, unowned. Like anybody could grab it. So they're gonna fight. It's gonna be really dangerous now. Assalamu alaikum wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Abdul Khaliq, welcome back to the stream. How's it going? We're about to end the chapter 14 of The Hobbit now, and it's really interesting so far. But yeah, let me know how your day has gone. Yeah, how you been, and yeah, let's continue reading, inshallah. So that will be the last we shall hear of Thorn Oakenshield, I fear, said the king. He would have done better to have remained my guest. It is an ill wind, all the same, he added, that blows no one any good, for he too had not forgotten the legend of the wealth of Thror. So it was that Bard's messengers found him now marching with many spearmen and bowmen, and crows were gathered thick above him, for they thought that war was awakening again, such as had not been in those parts for a long age. But the king, when they received the prayers of Bard, had pity, for he was the lord of a good and a kindly people. So turning his march, which had at first been direct towards the mountain, he hastened now down the river to the long lake. He had not boats or rafts enough for his host, and they were forced to go the slower way by foot. So this is the king, right? The elven king, right? So when he received prayers of Bard, had pity, for he was the lord of the good and kindly people, so turning his march. So now everybody is hastening down the river to the long lake to, see where the treasure is. So he had not boats or rafts enough for his hosts, and they were forced to go the slower way by foot. But great store of goods had sent ahead by water. Still, elves were light-footed, and though they were not in these days much used to the marches and the treacherous lines between the forest and the lake, their going was swift. So they're not used to walking long distances, but they were really fast, and they had all their supplies, and they were making their way. Mashallah, good. Yo, can I have your stream playing in the background while I go hunting for witches? Yeah, sure. Go for it, Guilty, and welcome back to the stream. How's it going? Only 5 days after the death of the dragon, they came upon the shores and looked on the ruins of the town. Their welcome was good, as may be expected, and the men of and their master were ready to make any bargain for the future in return for the Elven King's aid. Their plans were soon made, because the the master and his people of the lakemen, they were like dying from hunger, and because smog had destroyed their whole town and village, so they needed that aid really fast. So they were willing to make any trade, even if it meant the treasures that smog was keeping. Wow, what is that shield next to your name? Oh, that just means they're mod. Thank you very much. Of course. and have fun killing witches. So their plans were soon made. With the woman and the children, the old and the unfit, the master remained behind, and with him were some men of crafts and many skilled elves, and they busied themselves felling trees and collecting the timber sent down from the forest. Then they set about raising many huts by the shore against the oncoming winter, and also under the master's direction they began the planning of a new town, designed more fair and large even than before, but not in the same place. They moved northward, higher up the shore, forever after they had a dread of the water where the dragon lay. He would never again return to his golden bed, but was stretched cold as stone, twisted upon the floor of the shallows. There for ages his huge bones could be seen in the calm weather amid the ruined piles of the old town. But few dared to cross the cursed spot, and none dared to dive into the shivering water or recover the precious stones that fell from his rotting carcass. Huh? Rotting carcass? Wait, this ain't the master, right? The Smog's carcass. Okay, okay. I don't know why I imagined that the dragon just died and disappeared. They're saying the Enderworld. Well, not Enderworld, the Ender game, End game in Minecraft. I forgot. Hello. Hi, Ronaldo's here. Welcome back to the stream. How's it going? Oh, heck not. I ain't going to jail today. Is hunting witches illegal? I don't think so. It should be okay, you know? The dragon can't die. He died already. Bard killed him. He used his really special arrow. As long as you're good, I won't put you in the jail, sir. Okay. Very, very good. It been good. Nice. But all the men of arms who were still able, and the most of the elven king's array, got ready to march north to the mountain. It was thus that in the 11 days from the ruin of the town, and the head of their host passed the rock gates at the end of the lake and came into the desolate lands. So the elven king came and he wanted his share of the treasure. And I don't know if they aided the lakemen and, tried to get rid of the dragon's carcass or whatever, but regardless, they're trying to make their way to the lonely mountain now. So, the gathering of the clouds, chapter 15. Should we stop here and then start journaling? I don't know. Let's see how long the chapter is before we go. So 243. Nice. Nine pages. Not too much. Not too much at all. If I wanted to, I could finish this whole thing in a day, but I don't know. Let me take a break though. Let's see. Loki kind of bummed that dragon is dead. I know, right? It took such little effort to defeat Smog. I mean, he did do a great deal of damage before he died, but yeah. You're welcome, beautiful citizen. Poor dude. Poor dude, like the dragon? Yeah, makes sense. I don't know. I try to keep reading one chapter a day, not to like overdo it, but this is so interesting, guys. And yeah. Should I continue or start journaling now? Because I didn't journal today. I wanted to journal every day. At least he went out with a bang. um, yeah. The gathering of the clouds. I'm so indecisive, honestly, because I only started reading instead of journaling just because like my iPad needed to charge, and now I think it's charged. Yeah, it's charged 23%. The one you would want to. I don't know. I don't know. Multitasking. That's an option too. Oh, Junie's awake. Junie. Do. All right, guys. I have one and two. Guess, guys. Vote one or two. Like, I am thinking in my mind which one is which. Actually, when making a decision, when you flip a coin, you decide the side that you're hoping for it to fall in. That's how you know which side you want to do. Two is more than one, and I also hate the number one, so two. One. Hey, Ariel, welcome back to the stream. How's it going? And journal, just go with it. Okay. Yeah. I forgot which one I said was one or two. Wait, no. Two was reading the book. Hmm. But yeah. We already read though, so head and tail. Yeah. I guess we'll do Quran journaling. Bro, number one is an up. I guess so. Maybe you had some bad experience with that. If we finish doing our Quran journaling, then I'm gonna get back to reading. Just cause I feel like tonight I'm gonna be awake for a long time. Cause I woke up pretty late, like 3:30 or something p.m. Netherlands out of the World Cup. Yeah, oh my gosh, Ariel. The way Morocco just redeemed themselves in the last moments. Like the thing that made them even go into the penalties was that 90th minute shot. And that changed everything. Man, Netherlands almost won them. That was crazy though. I'm low-key eating a salad right now. Nice. What kind of salad? Caesar salad? Really that late? Yeah. Oops, sorry. So last Quran journal we did ayah 18, so let's do ayah 19 now. Yep, the Dutch and the Dutch are both up. Dutch? What is Dutch? Oops. Yo, salads are slept on low key. I got some pre-workout from Timu. From Timu? That's crazy. I wouldn't trust food from Timu, but I mean, so far my experience with Timu it has been excellent. Like, and I've been using it for years now. Honestly, I have nothing bad to say about Timu. I got backpack, but it broke. No, that's so sad. Does pre-workout mean like protein shakes or I don't know. But yeah, if you work out, how do you figure out your workout routine and what to eat, what calories? Don't you need, I don't know. Rip backpack a diet. Pre-workout is like a caffeine supplement, I think. Oh, okay, that makes sense. A book of pre-workout. A book. What are you doing? Oh, I'm doing some journaling, but for like Quran, you know? It's like um scripture, like old scripture, mainly in Arabic. So like I'm translating it and then trying to learn some tafsir and some reflections. It's like a book of wisdom that we as Muslims follow. So yeah, I kind of just came up with my workout routine as the years went by. Oh, that's nice. But it's like I don't know. I feel like for me personally, I would need like a guide. I couldn't just like come up with it myself, you know? That's really impressive though, that you could just do that and stick to it. The most I try to do is just like walk, cause walking is so good for you. But yeah, I mean, when people work out, they mostly use the treadmill too, right? Or like an incline stairmaster type thing. Whatever makes gets you moving. So, but strength training is really important for people who are genetically predisposed to higher insulin resistance. Well, I was lucky enough to have a trainer, and I feel like having a guide is good or some friend who know what they're doing. Wow, where'd you get a trainer from? Did you have to pay for it or what? I can't even do that. Can't even do what, Ronaldo? Reynaldo. Oh, I'd have to be really smart to do that. I could never do that. Same. Oh, wait, this? Nah, it's literally just a couple of apps that I use. Wait. Yeah, strength training. I did workout today, my shoulder workout. Yo, what do I say, bro? Welcome back to the stream. How's it going? But yeah, shoulder workout. Yeah, that ought to make you really sore going to sleep. But yeah, that's why they're rest days. So nope, I had a free membership till I graduated high school. Wow, where'd you get that from? It was some program at this gym. I exploited it. Oh, okay. Well, at least you're not doing that anymore. Because, you found out your routine and then you just stick to it and it's okay now. But do you still go to the gym to do your routine or what? Damn, you got me. JK, I didn't exploit it. Okay, some part of me was like not convinced, but I wouldn't be surprised if that were actually true. The gym I went to had a free program for teens. Oh, that's so nice. That's really like the best thing you could do for a community. Yeah, it really is, especially in my area. Awesome. So everybody gets one trainer, or is it like the same trainer? But I mean, that makes sense if it's the same trainer. And that's some really, really good work that they're doing. Everyone gets a trainer. There was a limit to how much people could join, though. I see. That makes sense. Well, you're lucky that you got to be one of those people before the limit was reached. Yeah, I've never even gone to a gym like other than in a hotel where it was already free, like just for staying there. And like I did some training with my friend who has like an idea what to do, but yeah, nothing that I could like upkeep with, you know? Like if I could, I'd rather just do it at home with like, after buying some weights and stuff and like I don't know. But it's kind of a waste to like do workout in my mind just cuz like I have to do so much other work that kind of is like a workout cuz my yard has so much like uh I don't know how to explain it. Like the gardeners, they cut down everything. They flattened it, but there's still the roots in there and it's just going to grow back. And they never let it grow too high. So I have to uproot it and that's what I was doing today. And it made me so tired so fast. Also, I was fasting, but like yeah, I have to use my strength for some chores before I could even think about actual workout. And then I want to plant the garden and plant strawberries. Just spam plant strawberries. Give me a second, I'll be back. Okay, bye, Johanny. Gang, I have to go. I'll be right back. Okay, bye, Ronaldo. Okay. But yeah, I'm wondering what else to start planting. Maybe like strawberries. My sister said to like plant a chili bush or something. I was like, you don't even like chili, but I mean, my parents do. That is pretty useful. I don't know. I'm just excited. There's so much to life that I haven't experienced yet. Basic things: working out, gardening, graduating. I mean, I have experienced that, but like, I've yet to do it though. Are you learning Arabic? Hello, simplified mythology. Yes, I am learning Arabic, basically, verses. And yeah, I mean, as long as you stay active in a physical way, that's good. That's true. Told you Brazil gonna win. Yo, Eriska, will come back to the stream. Yeah, I mean, I knew it. Brazil's gonna win because they're usually the type to go to the semifinals, let alone win. But yeah, how are you doing by the way? I'm good, alhamdulillah. Yeah, I was just doing some like Quran journaling. We finished chapter 14 of the Hobbit, so I think after this I'll continue with the reading just because that was pretty short. I don't know. But yeah, we'll see, we'll see. And I mean, I was gonna say something. The Paraguay versus Germany World Cup game was insane. And also the Morocco one. Like that was crazy. The way that Paraguay won and the penalties. They're so anxiety inducing. I can't imagine being the one over there. And Hakimi and the guy before him that missed their shots. Like that must have felt so bad. MashaAllah, Allah yahmeek. I don't know what yahmik means, but yeah, thank you. Simplified mythology. And if you're Muslim, say your salams when you join the stream. I just saw a video of some girl saying she cheated on her girl because of the stress of meeting Joe Biden. I think they're just doing it for views, saying stuff like that. It's not worth giving attention to. But yeah, basically I wrote, and mankind was not but one community united in religion, but then they differed, and if not for a word that proceeded from your Lord, it would have been judged between them immediately concerning that over which they differ. So that doesn't, you know, make too much sense to me. I don't know what that means, but we're gonna read the tafsir and see what that means. Tafsir means the commentary. So I'm gonna use this app called Revealed. Hopefully that doesn't show my reflection. Of course, it was reviews, but it's hilarious. I don't know. It sounds inappropriate. First, it's gay. Second, it's cheating. Third, Joe Biden. What kind of excuse is that? It's just so everything about that is wrong, and we shouldn't normalize these things or find funny in them or humor in them. I'm stealing that Joe Biden line thing. بس عائلتي مسلمة. Oh, you're a Muslim. Nice. Oh yeah, welcome back, Ronaldo. أنا مسيحي. مسيحي? What does that mean? But yeah, no cussing acronyms. This is a family-friendly channel. Guilty. And yeah. So this ayah provides historical perspective of the human condition. وَمَا كَانَ النَّاسُ إِلَّا أُمَّةً وَاحِدَةً. And mankind was not but one community. Originally, humanity existed in a state of unity. That was one understanding, one way, one belief system. فاختلفوا, then they differed. What happened? They fell into disagreement. The divergence came later. The splintering into different religions, different ideologies, different truth claims. This wasn't the original state. It was a deviation from an original unity. ولولا كلمة سبقت من ربك. And if not for a word that proceeded from your Lord, this refers to Allah's decree that judgment will be delayed until an appointed time. The word kalimatun here means a divine decree, a decision that has already been made. Yahmik means God protect you. Oh, I see. Yeah, I mean, what? Yeah. What do I call you? Simplified mythology. Like, is your name Masihi? Oh look, Junie is here with her popsicle. Junie, what is this bug here? What? She's growing so fast. It's bread. Guys, I'm going to go. I have to eat by. Oh, nice. Bread. I had bread for my last meal too. Wait, you got a new cat? Oh, she's not new, but yeah, she's here for a bit until my cousin adopts her. I don't know when she will though. It's gonna be quite a while until she does. But that's why I didn't make the bed because she was sleeping on it, so I just left her there. But now she woke up and I think she's gonna leave. She's been here for a long time, all day. She got a lot of fleas though. We got her flea meds. I went to get some prescription today, but yeah. Masihi means Christian, but I study Quran and my native language is Arabic, so if you need any help, I could help you. Oh, that's nice. Yeah. Huge respect to Arab Christians. Like, you guys are literally, you know, I don't know. People ignore the Christians that suffer in Palestine, but you know, like how could a Christian support Israel when they're Palestinian Christians and like they're getting hurt too? Yo, no, my name is Yusuf. Yusuf? Oh, that makes sense because that's Joseph in Christianity. That's so cool. But yeah, bye, Ronaldo. Enjoy your food and yeah, see you later. Wait, W red W. Okay, Yusuf. You don't have to say salam when you enter the chat then. I'm Jordanian, yeah, but I support for Palestine. They are our brothers. I know, right? There's so many Palestinians in Jordan just because, that's the only place they could go. And the flags are exactly the same, just like one white dot difference. So it's pretty nice to see Jordan actually even be part of the World Cup, even though obviously they're really new, so they couldn't score too much. But yeah. ولولا كلمة سبقت من ربك, and if not for a word that preceded your Lord, this refers to Allah's decree that judgment will be delayed until an appointed time. Oh yeah, I already read that. And if not for a word that preceded from your Lord. Hmm. Kalimatun here means divine decree, a decision that means. Okay. This refers to Allah's decree that judgment will be delayed until an appointed time. I'm watching your stream on all my 47 phones and on my 32 laptops. Okay, why do you need that many phones and laptops? But that's very nice of you to increase watch hours like that. So, do you know tartil, meaning of the way you read words in Quran? I know the tartil app. I don't know what tartil means actually. Can I pray for you? Yeah, sure, Lexi. Thank you. I need it. I need prayers to make my way into this life. I don't know anything. I'm so clueless. I'm my age is not correlating to the amount of experience I am expected to have by now. And it stresses me out. And my mom stresses me out too. Because she wants me to grow while I feel inhibited in my growth for so many reasons. But yeah, thank you so much, Lexi. Getting older sucks. For real, man. I want to be forever young. That's my anthem. Okay. لَقُضِيَ بَيْنَهُمْ فِيمَا فِيهِ يَخْتَلِفُونَ. It would have been judged between them concerning that in which they differ. If it weren't for this predetermined delay, the matter would have been settled immediately. Everyone who deviates from the truth would have been dealt with right away. But Allah Azza wa Jal, in His wisdom, has ordained that people will be given time, that the final judgment will come at an appointed hour, not immediately upon their transgression. Wow. To be honest, as I got older, I keep I sent on an accident. As I get older, everything around me felt more hostile. That makes sense. Like when you're younger, like everything is pretty new. Like you have no reason to, you know, like be hated on or be treated bad. But when you're older, like people expect things from you. They expect you to act a certain way and like to know certain things. So there's less forgiveness there. Wait, what did Simplified say? Sorry, I didn't read your statement. Anyways, if that makes sense. Yeah, it does make sense. But like, how did they get more hostile? Like, what are some examples? It's mercy because it gives people time to return, to recognize their error, and to find their way back to the truth. But it's also a warning. Don't mistake the delay for indifference. This judgment is coming. The settling of accounts is inevitable. Like the thing you said, people treat you differently. Oh, I see. Sorry, I said that I was going to pray for you in the mosque, and I'm going to light the candles for you in the church too. It become a tradition to pray in the mosque with my friends, so I've been doing it for 15 years. Whoa, 15 years? I don't know how old you are, but that's a long time. And if you mean the mosque as in like the Islamic mosque versus the church, I don't know if you use mosque for church too, but that's crazy. Like you pray both in a church and a mosque. Like that's nice because your friend is probably Muslim, right? That's longer than I've been alive. I know, right? It's a long time. Interesting. But yeah, we're done reading the tafsir, the commentary on this verse. So let's make some reflections here. Basically, in mankind was once one community. That's something that we wish for, that the whole world would come together and would actually be on the same page, despite our differences in beliefs or something, that we all unite under, you know, goodness, life, celebrating that. But not everyone's gonna be on the same page. People are gonna differ and they're gonna be haters, they're gonna group, they're gonna be tribalistic and all that. And that's not the default state of humanity. The human nature is to be one community, to be together, you know. So even though we wish that we all were on the same page, that was, the case before. That was the state of the world before. But we can't wish for that anymore because the population got too big and like this is how it's meant to be. It's like, it's written this way that we differ into different communities and tribes, but there's wisdom in that too. We get to decide what's best for us. It's become JK, yeah. something that used to happen. And, you know, that is already past. Where I was going with this. I'm back. Yo, Johanny, welcome back. I guess you get older, you just view things differently. And then deal with things you haven't had to deal with as a little kid. Yeah, for sure, for sure. Like when I was younger, I thought a lot differently. You just think of things because you haven't been, shown anything otherwise. But when you're older, you start to realize everything is different. But I feel like at my age, like there's not much for my current, way of looking at life can change. I feel like it's already set. And that makes sense, at some point in your life, like the brain matures, and instead of grasping more knowledge, you start acting on the knowledge that you already have once you reach that age. And I'm getting closer to that age, but yeah, I can't wait to at least learn new things. There's a lot of things I want to learn. It's so basic too, like, things that are so common to know already, but still I haven't experienced that. Like swimming, gardening, um, snowboarding, horseback riding, so many things, man. I'm so behind on life, but it's okay. Everybody has their own timing. It's not like behind like what we feel. I don't know about here in the Jordan. We love everybody without even knowing their ethnicity or their religion. I have friends that are atheists, Christian, Muslims, even Hindus. Whoa, that's so cool. I didn't know there are Hindus in Jordan. But yeah, that's just the Jordanian culture. Like they're such hospitable people that they're so nice to everybody. And that's how life is. Like that's the default setting of humans to be friendly, to be one. Oh, that's where I was going with this. Um when I get a kid, I'm gonna teach that little man how to do taxes and pay bills. That's actually not a bad idea. A little girl who knows that's actually sick simplified. That Loki is really awesome. What the hell? Thanks, dude. Why can't the US be like that? I guess because the US is more like a melting pot. Not everybody is mostly friends, families, relatives. In Jordan, it's not that diverse, you know? That's just how I feel. Because in other places in the world, everybody acts differently, They're much more open, much more talkative. Um, but that also has its downsides as well. Because imagine you're at school and, like, people, they talk like they know you. I don't know. It's like if you get a bad grade, like they're gonna try to help you, but they're gonna talk about it too. It's like I'd rather just get a bad grade and go home, try later, you know? But that's how I don't know, that's how you waste more time. I don't know. Here it's not so bad. Like people, they don't talk at all. They don't say anything. I'm back. Yo, Johanny, welcome back for the second time. But yeah, that's how humans should live, is to talk to one another. It's kind of rare though nowadays, where everybody's shy. That's like me though. I'm so shy too. Like I am. It's easier for me to talk online versus in person. Like I can't. I freeze up. They differed. What happened? They fell into disagreement. That divergence came later. This wasn't the original state. It's deviation for the original unity. Oh wait, what other reflections can we make? So it was one, then it branched out differently. But yeah, the other part of this was divine decree that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala delays, you know, punishment or reward. The delay is really, really important. I'm sorry, I can't stop thinking about the dragon. I don't care if the dragon was bad. Someone needs to avenge that dragon in the book. Smog? Yeah, honestly, I feel like something's gonna happen because Smog, if he died in in the Hobbit book, like what's gonna happen in the Lord of the Rings? Like, it since that's a prequel to the Lord of the Rings, does Smog come again? Does he? But it said in the book that he died. So if that was his carcass for that many days, like, what if Smog has like another relative? I don't know. I don't know. We'll see how the Lord of the Rings goes. He probably will get avenged though. Small talk is definitely good practice. Yeah. I heard what's his name? Caesar? Was it Alexander? I don't know. One of them. Somebody really important would just like walk away in the middle of small talk just because he didn't like it. By the way, I'm not the that I'm 20, but yeah, it's a tradition in our family, and even the atheists go to the mosque. It's just for fun to talk to people and get to know each other. Oh yeah, that's what mosques are for, you know? Like, it's good to, discuss over there about anything. Just like it's the community gathering area. So that's the nice thing about mosques, that you can make a lot of friends there, and everybody unites under, you know, upon goodness. So you can make good friends. You can't find bad people there like that, or as easily as you would in, probably going to a bar or something. I don't do no talking with strangers. I sprint the opposite way if they come up to me. Same, guilty, honestly, same. Online it's different, obviously, though. I have this huge mosquito bite. It's not a flea bite, I know that. It came from outside. So, any other reflections to make based on this verse here? And mankind was not but one community united in religion, but then they differed. And if not for a word that proceeded from your Lord, it would have been judged between them immediately concerning that over which they differ. Okay, so the settling of accounts is inevitable. I'm deleting a lot of messages because I'm using voice to chat. Sorry, it's embarrassing. No, it's okay. I didn't even see that message. So don't get sad that humanity is not united because it happened for a reason. Like it used to be that way. It's just that part of humanity is over. And also, yeah, I think that's good enough for this reflection and tafsir session. I don't know though. Like, I also get really sad that the world is burning itself. Like the biodiversity is decreasing. The forests are literally done for. The nature is just like depleting more and more every year, and that's due to the the men or like the people in power that don't care. They will be held accountable though, and that's uh, something to think about so you don't get too depressed. I hate pessimism, pessimistic mindset. Same. I can't deal with that, man. It's like if I were a pessimist, I wouldn't be alive right now. How do you delete messages? But yeah, you can find the sheikh hanging out with the priest in the evening and participating in Christian events and participating. Wow, that's so sweet. You know that the two communities they're like that close knit. But that makes sense. Jordan is like that. Jordan, Lebanon, all these Arab countries, like, you know, they unite under goodness. Two religions, same God, same values. We have a lot of similarities. Everything just overlaps. Some of the stories are exactly the same too. The story of David, Goliath, um, uh, Solomon. Uh, but you guys say the same Arabic terms. Dawood alayhi salam, Sulaiman alayhi salam, Adam alayhi salam, Musa, Harun, all of them. Yusuf, Yunus. Even Yunus, like this is Jonah. What other reflections should we make? Is that it? Alright, so ayah 20? Should we do ayah 20 now? Yeah, I don't even know their names in English. Let's see. Oh wow. Damn, your writing is better than a native speaker. I need to improve myself. Damn. Oh yeah, I've been writing for a long time, Arabic. So yeah, thank you though. أقول إنما. So when Quran is being recited, do you understand it right away? You understand what it's being said, or is it just like half, just like, because you know, conversational Arabic is not the same as Fusha, which is more like Shakespeare in the Arab world. Because I would do anything to learn Arabic to the degree that once it's being recited, I just know already what is being said. And sometimes to a certain degree I do. Like, when I hear some popular or like well-known ayah, like Nurun ala nur, light upon light. Yes. Have you ever seen Russian cursive? I have not. Cursive Russian, that sounds insane. But that's so cool. You could do that. No, our dialect is close to the original Arabic. Okay, that makes sense because, you know, Jordan is like really close to Palestine, and Palestine is known as the land of the prophets. Or Russian doctor notes. Impossible. Good luck with that. Russian cursive doctor notes. Oh my days. I bet you haven't seen it in Arabic. Oh, seen what? Doctor notes? No, for sure, I have not. Nice. Let me look that up. I'm curious now. Yeah. Yeah. Let me know how that looks. Arabic doctor notes. But yeah, Arabs, I see a lot of them are in that professional medical field. So it's really nice. Okay. So أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم ويقولون لولا أنزل عليه آية من ربه فقل إنما الغيب لله فانتظروا إني معكم من المنتظرين. The disbelievers. Oh wow, you could make it blue. Oh, you could highlight it. I see. That is so cool. But I'm not gonna use that too much. The disbelievers continue their objections ويقولون لولا أنزل عليه آية من ربه, and they say, why has a sign not been sent down to him from his Lord? They want something more than the Quran. They want a physical miracle, something spectacular and undeniable that will force belief. Just words aren't enough. They're essentially saying, show us something miraculous. And they say, why is the sign not sent down to him from his Lord? So say, the unseen is only for Allah to administer. So, wait, I'm with you. Wait, indeed. I'm with you among those who wait. Okay, to be honest, doesn't look that bad, but I may just be dumb. By the way, I don't read the Bible a lot, but I memorized the half of the Quran is crazy. I don't know, maybe our clinic is just insane. How could you go to the mosque every single day for 15 years, memorize half the Quran, have Muslim friends, and not become Muslim? That's insane. But uh kudos to you for holding on to your faith regardless. That's really interesting. But yeah, honestly, that's crazy that you haven't read the Bible. You haven't read the Bible that much. What stops you from becoming Muslim though? Like what's the one thing? Prophet ﷺ is instructed to respond فَقُلْ إِنَّمَا الْغَيْبُ لِلَّهِ. So say the unseen is only for Allah. What sign will come, when it will come, what form it will take. All of this belongs to the realm of the unseen. The unseen is entirely within Allah's domain and knowledge, not yours or mine. I remember it is for school and university and even study Sahih al-Bukhari wa Muslim. Wow, you study Islam more than me. That's for sure. Cause I only like read Riyadh al-Salihin, but Bukhari and Muslim, like, those are two major hadith books that I still want to get to. So that's awesome. فانتظروا. So wait, you want a sign? Then wait for it. But here's what makes this response remarkable. إنني معكم من المنتظرين. Indeed, I'm with you among those who wait. This is actually threatening language, though it might not sound like it at first. The Prophet ﷺ is saying, you want to see what happens next? Fine, I'm waiting right alongside you. Let's see how this plays out. It's like someone saying, you want to see who's right? Let's wait and find out together. The calm confidence in this response is striking. There's no anxiety, no desperation to prove himself. Just the unseen belongs to Allah Azza wa Jal. We'll both wait. I'm waiting with you. Assalamu alaikum. Yo, Tofu, welcome back to the stream. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I feel like you're flexing. Me? Oh yeah, the simplified guy. That's literally a flex. Like it's not even a hint of a flex. That's so cool that someone could, read so many ahadith, read so much Quran, and yeah, ومسند Imam Muhammad. I have a copy of it. That's so cool, bro. I wish I had all these like books that you have, and to be able to read the Arabic books like without having to decode it like I'm doing here. That is so cool. Subhanallah. I hope I reach that one day, eventually. I have a lot of hopes in my life. Honestly, I don't think I will get to all of them, but inshallah I do. And life is short, but it's also really long if you think about it. Like we're only, let's see, like 1/4 of the way done. Wait, 1/4? That's actually quite a long time. 1/4. It's more than 1/4 done. Oh my god, that's scary. But for the rest of my life, there's a lot of goals that I want to reach, and inshallah we'll get to them. Congrats, Morocco won. Oh yeah, Morocco won with the penalties. Whew, that was a close one. The 90th minute goal was, the craziest one. That was like the turning point. After that, everything went smooth. I honestly didn't have faith that Morocco would have won, but as always, you know, they come back and they blow everyone's mind. Thanks. It's not that hard. Focus on it, and you'll achieve it. Inshallah, inshallah. Germany is out. Oh yeah, that's so crazy. I never expected that. I was like, what? Germany? What even is Paraguay? What are you studying? Hello, alien, alias Matt. Alice Matt? Sorry, I said alien. But yeah, welcome to the stream. I'm studying a verse from the Qur'an, which is scripture, Arabic scripture. Just trying to decode it, write some tafsirs, which is like commentary, and then make some reflections based off of it. It's like a book of wisdom. Underscore goals more than reaching it. Score goals more than reaching. What does reaching it mean? I'm 234 years old. I can attest life is long. Wow. We have somebody so wise in the chat. Awesome. The calm confidence in this response is striking. There's no anxiety, no desperation to prove himself. Oh, like before 30 seconds. Brazil just won last minute. Yeah, that was so last minute. That's beautiful. The Holy Quran will truly change your life if you study it hard enough. Really? Are you Muslim, at least, Matt? But yeah, that's for sure. I hope it does change my life. I really need a life change in the right direction. So we're done reading the series for now. But yeah, let's write some reflections and then maybe get back to reading The Hobbit. We'll see. I don't know. The live's gone for quite some time. I'll take a break and then maybe read later. Did you watch all three games? So I did watch the Germany one when I woke up with, I watched it with my mom. And then after that, I watched the Morocco one before iftar time. I didn't watch the Brazil one. That was too early for me. I was like sleeping for like the whole morning today. I don't know why. So tired. But yeah, I only expected Brazil to win. But last minute is crazy that, they had to pull it off like that. I thought they'd, be on the lead for earlier. But yeah, that's the thing about World Cup. It's like you never know actually. Like you could expect the underdogs to all lose, but sometimes they make their way up and that's the crazy part. It's really the underdogs show more than, you know, the usual ones who are there to win. But yeah, which verse exactly? Yes, I'm Muslim. I was lost for a long time and found my way when I read it. Wow, subhanallah, welcome back to Islam. I know you've probably been back for some time now, but that's amazing. And so we're doing Surah Yunus ayah 20 now. And so actually I have to charge my phone 1 second. Okay. So we're doing ayah 20 now. That means the verse says, and they say, why is a sign not sent down to him from his Lord? So say, unseen is only for Allah to administer. So wait, indeed, I'm with you among those who wait. So why is the Prophet ﷺ saying to that he's also waiting among those who are waiting for the sign of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala when he already knows that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala exists and he believes the message that he's telling them? But that's just because That's the only way to respond to such stubborn people. Like, this is truly Allah's wisdom. Germany losing was my plan. Germany losing is unexpected. Yeah, so true. If you want a good book to read, read the مفتاح دار السعادة Ibn al-Qayyim. Ibn al-Qayyim. Ooh, I have an Ibn al-Qayyim book. Rahimullah. It's called the seal. No, the disease and the cure. But honestly, I don't know that it's pretty unhinged, that one. So some reflection. Basically like it has a lot of da'if stuff in there. I don't know. I don't like when Islamic books have some weak narrations in them. But yeah, let's make some reflections here. So, like, I've seen a lot of people saying, if God exists, where is he? Like, why doesn't he show himself? That's a really, really common question. And the Quran addresses these types of people since day one. You know, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala doesn't show himself because, he's too grand. And you don't need the biggest signs to believe in God. Like, there's signs everywhere, sign of life. Will Argentina win? Guilty. It's a book that talks about heaven and Adam and Eve. It's a cool book. The Sealed Nectar. Oh yeah, I read The Sealed Nectar. Hmm. Do you do everything with your right hand? Like example, bowling, badminton, wolf, golf. I think I don't know. I only write with my left hand. I eat with my right hand, just cause like that's how I was raised. So I'd say I'm more left-handed when it comes to those things. I'm not so sure. Like if I went bowling, I'd probably use my right hand. But I think my left hand is more dominant when I'm throwing basketballs. Argentina will win. Did you kick Junie out? No, she left by herself. Like she was on the bed. But yeah, she left by herself. But she was sleeping for the whole time. It may be different in English, but it sounds like he discusses with you and tries to find an answer while you're reading it. So it's cool, kind of cool. And he goes and talks multiple theories, not just one. So you're talking about your sheikh? Oh, you're talking about Ibn al-Qayyim rahimahullah. I see. Yeah, I'll definitely have to check out more of his books, inshallah, someday when I could afford it more. Man, I can't wait. I can't wait till I get to, you know, I don't know, afford my own house or like my own apartment or something and just like fill it up with books and just keep reading. That's like the ideal life. Not just reading, but like also having my own choices every day. Lifestyle. I wonder how Prime Julia Bryant plans. Yeah. Maybe I should make a video of that. I don't know. Like a first person video of me just shooting basketballs. And then I could show you guys my actual basketball skills. Why am I just now realizing you're a lefty? I know, right? I don't really pay attention to that myself, let alone when I see people writing until it's pointed out. I can't wait to get paid to fight other professionals. So you're gonna be a boxer or something? Drea gonna live a saint life like 70-year-old nerd. Oh, what's a saint life? Other pro psychos. Hi, yo, Alien Kako, welcome back to the stream. How's it going? You gonna be a boxer? Okay, wow. That's cool, guilty. I don't get enough paid to be honest. Paid for what? But yeah, if you did get enough paid, like you wouldn't have to rely on your dad to pay half your living costs. But why don't you just live with your dad? Like why do you have to live alone? Isn't it sad to live alone? That you don't have somebody to cook for you at least or like somebody else cooking in the house. I am grinding for that boxing license. Wow, that's crazy. Like you're actually serious about it. Well, I hope you get it. I hope you become actually professional in that. Saint life means no marriage. Oh, you mean like a nun life? Yeah, 70-year-old nerd. Oh yeah, that's so true. Like when I imagine my future, I don't really at first think of a family. I just think about what I want to do. That's pretty crazy. Like I didn't even imagine a little bit like that. But yeah, honestly, life is so complex, so elaborate. There's so many things to do. Like I don't know. It's kind of a waste to like just pass on the life to another generation without doing anything yourself. Like I want to do stuff myself first, and then once I get enough experience or knowledge in life, then maybe. But I don't know. So yeah, this question is a timeless statement people against religion make. It's been addressed so many times when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala doesn't show himself. Why Allah doesn't show himself? Islam isn't something that is forced onto people. It's a choice, a religion with no compulsion. So the desperation to prove it's not in this verse. Even then, like when the moon split, they still disbelieve. So it's just Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows everything already. Like I don't know about this last part. I feel like wait indeed I'm with you among those who wait. At first, I read that I was like, "Wow, um, that's very wholesome." But this is kind of a threat, actually. It's like, let's see what happens. So, yeah, I don't know what other reflections to make based on this. Does anybody have any reflections to add? We have a raid. People are trying to hit us with the wooden sticks to go out of the house. If you don't, they'll try to kill you. Huh? Whoa! I hope you're safe, Alien. That sounds really scary. I don't think you have saints in Islam. No, we don't. I mean, they do have people called awliya, and that they're like friends of God, but no one really knows who those are. And if they say they are awliya, it's like more. I don't know. They shouldn't know. That's really sus if they say they are. Thank you. I'll let you know how it goes if you're still streaming. Yeah, I will probably still be streaming. I have no reason not to continue streaming my like studying. I feel like it keeps me on track. I decided to move out. I know this isn't common in Daisy families, but I did because I wanted to, and I get paid by my football club to play games for them. Wow, that's so cool. That's like a dream job to get paid to play. I mean, you do have to be really good, and they might kick you out eventually if you don't keep it up. But it seems really fun. Like I don't know. Yeah, I opened it up. A verse that shows how stubborn people are. They request miracles, yet when they see it, they still deny it. Sometimes I wonder what we would have done if we were in their shoes. I don't know. It's not even worth asking if we already decide not to believe. Yeah, that's so true. That's a really good point, Elias. Thank you for your input. I appreciate comments like that. Wow, subhanallah, it's a beautiful reflection because that goes for anything. Whatever you're sincere and really want, it will come to you. Whether that's, the proof, the sweetness of faith, or even anything in life, like, good grades. If you're sincere, if you try hard, you know, not always though. I mean, they really sincerely wanted to win today, but they don't always. But eventually, I don't know. How did that go, Tofu? There's a mid rent right next to us. What does that mean, Elliot? I don't feel the best, so I'm gonna go by my stomach hurts really bad. Okay, bye, Elliot. I hope you feel better. I'm sorry you have to feel that. This is to threaten those who saw the truth and chose to deny out of arrogance. It is to warn us too that we shouldn't deny something because of ego, hatred. Wallahu a'lam. Yeah, it is a threat. And they saw the truth and they still deny it. They still say it's not enough that the Quran is here. Like we need some physical proof. Like they would have kept asking, honestly. Nothing simplified. I don't feel the best. Feel better, Alien. Alien, are you okay, dude? What's going on? Yeah, honestly, it sounds really, really scary. Like what is happening, bro? It ain't that easy. Nothing's easy. Imagine you running under burning sun, and suddenly you start seeing unicorn and stuff because you're about to pass out. What? That actually happened to you, Tofu? Like you passed out? Midrand is a street in South Africa. Oh, okay. I see. Try some bananas and Sprite. That's Guilty's go-to meal, bro. JK, don't try that. Oh, I lived in South Africa for a year. What's going on in there? Really? You lived there? That's so cool. Like, you seem really experienced. Midrand sound cool. I know, right? It sounds like a drink, Miranda. Also, I discovered my waist got leaner, and that's good or bad for me. I don't know. Weight is stable though. Wait, what? How do you notice that? Do you like use a measure tape? Why do you do that? Well, yeah, that's good, I guess. Good for your maybe your upper body got bigger. I don't know. I hope that's good. Yeah, I hope so too. It'll never be enough. So if anybody wants a sign that Islam is the truth, the Quran is enough as a sign. I don't know if there's any more reflections to make. What else can we say here? Maybe that's enough. Maybe, but anyways, what are some takeaways we could make from this? Um, Alias, if you're still here, Alias Matt, we'll make him mod of the day. I should start that mod of the day. So just be more sincere. I feel like. How did you know waist got leaner so upper body looks bigger in proportion? Obviously, and I needed belt to wear pants. That's how I discovered. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, I don't use belts. So I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention. No, it's okay, guilty. Feel like we're done for today. We did two as, and yeah, really nice. I'm very proud of this consistency I'm seeing here. Wow. To put it into perspective, the Prophet ﷺ was illiterate and wasn't known for being a poet. So for those people in that era, hearing the Quran from him was enough. You're right. Good job. Thank you. But yeah, just the fact that he was illiterate is already a huge proof, let alone the Quran itself coming from him. So why did they need more anyway? Like that was such a crazy thing to ask for. But that's a good point. Let me write that down too. What finger is that on your right hand? Oh, it's my pinky, bro. Critical writing skills. Thank me to criticize you to write better. You know what? Actually, after you said that, like my handwriting did get better, to be honest. Well, yeah. So thank you, anyways. It's so the book doesn't run away. That's crazy. There's a verse about the best poet in Quraysh and how he knew that the Quran couldn't have been said by the Prophet ﷺ, and yet he still chose to say that it's magic. Honestly, I think I read that in The Sealed Nectar. He was like a really good poet, and he started to even write things about the Prophet ﷺ, like against him. So that was crazy. I forgot his name though. Anyways, we're done journaling for tonight. We're done reading. I think I'm gonna call it here, inshallah. Maybe we'll read The Hobbit later, though. That's what I said last night, but then I didn't continue. So maybe today, we'll see, inshallah. Anyways, take care, guys. Reread Sealed Nectar. Oh, you know what? I actually have to do that. That's a really good point. Because that the kind of book like the Sealed Nectar is, and Riyadh al-Salihin, and those books that I've already read, especially the Quran translation is too as well. These books are the type of books that need to be reread. It's not something that you read once and you call it a day. Like the wisdom only increases the more you read it. So that's something that I gotta look into. And maybe I'll do it next year. I don't know. Same time that I read it the the year before in 2025. I think I started around December-ish. So maybe then we'll see inshallah. Anyways, take care guys. Assalamu alaikum. Just great job. Jazakallah khairan. Wa iyaki barakallahu fikum. Thank you so much. Assalamu alaikum. You should go through Sahih al Bukhari too. Yeah, I want to do that too. Oh my god. Anyways, take care guys. Bye.